It's happening!
One of our contractors, Edwin Murray, has gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse.
Edwin!
Your job is simple. Enter the warehouse and retrieve the technology that he was developing for us. It's a kind of prototype endoskeleton that can adapt to any costume and become any character. We suspect it may be malfunctioning, so just be aware of the slim but non-zero chance that you could sustain significant injuries while attempting to retrieve it, including limited to death or dismemberment. We fully expect the retrieval process to go smoothly and without incident, but just in case, we suggest you get your affairs in order before arriving. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Thank you for being a valued member of the Fazbear team.
6, 13, 25. So of course I'm analyzing, because why wouldn't I? Considering the Mimic is under the Pizzaplex, I want to assume this is where they build it as well. I don't know where this is, but we have some sort of entrance up here. I wonder if this is what the costumes that phone guy was talking about in FNAF 3, because if I remember correctly, he talked about some sort of costumes that didn't have that much relevance. I don't like this thing. I'm calling the police. Looks like yet another generator minigame similar to the one in Daycare Center. I tried getting a name for the dog, but it looks like it says Salvador or Salvor, I don't know. I think we're hiding in here because someone's trying to find us. The only drawing I can make out here is the mushroom guy, but I just want to see them open. I want to assume it's the opening show. The fan returns with a friendly poster. I can't really read what that says, but it either says warning or meeting. Looking at the footage back right now, looks like someone's looking at us. I want to remind you we were somehow this advanced in '79. This looks like the backstage for the welcome place. I want to say Daco was right about this place being a robotic nursery. I want to assume because of his goggles that he looks like he's an airplane pilot. I even read the story, so bear with me, but I want to assume this is what Edwin was using to power up the animatronics. Whether it be Remnant or Agony or whatever the stories are trying to tell us what it is, I want to assume that this is what is powering up this entire toy factory. This chase scene looks like it's either in the middle or the end of the game. I want to assume this guy is a magician of some sort because of the hat and the head and the eyes, but I also saw the mustache, and so I thought, what if it's some sort of like grand magician or something? And he says like, I can go small, we all know this is a replica of DJ Music Man. So what if this guy is like, oh, there's mini me's and then there's a big me. And then there's a bunch of there's a bunch of small hymns you gotta dodge, in Security Breach Ruin, and then then there's a bigger version of him, and then this is towards the end where he finally reveals himself and breaks the roof. I also just noticed that there's what it looks to be inside of his stomach, not just the stomach mounts, but it's either A, carousel, or B, a World of Mirrors type of thing, because there's a couple of circles up on the upper right. No, there's not on the upper right, I'm sorry. Inside of his stomach, there's a bunch of circles. Maybe he's one of those guys that is a carousel and he's in the middle, and that's why his arms are cranes, because they spin a bunch. That's really cool looking, actually. While going frame by frame, I caught this rare image of the Mimic while it's showing the release date. Ignore the blue and purple lines. These lines remind me of those, what do you see type of things, so I'm just going to say what I see at that moment. It looks like either one of two things. Jackie doing, a silhouette of a grand entrance, coming out of the box, or my personal favorite, one of those weird images you would see in, a hospital where they are hey, what's the difference between this picture and this picture? What do you see? And you'd say something oh, an explosion, or a bunny ears, or something. This is what made me start doing this in the first place, because this looks like it's very telling. This looks like Afton's first beta version of the Glitch Trap costume, because it's stitched together. So of course it was a costume made out of love, like we discussed from the not made out of love, but what we discussed from one of the game theory videos. It looks it's all stitched together, so that's probably like a prototype of the glitch trap costume. I know it could just be the film reel effect, but it really does look like a fire broke out and we either that or we got hit in the face. I want to think about this for a second, because this the reason I started this in the first was because of the image before, and then as it flipped over, it looks like this, and this looks like a silhouette of someone walking towards their car. Like you got a person on the right and then the car on the left. My theory is that maybe this is us either getting out of our car, going into the building itself, introduce, like, kind of like teasing, like, oh, you will be able to enter on this date, but also the fact that maybe it's the, like, later that night minigame, because considering it had the silhouette here, I think this happened first, and then the silhouette image I got before happened after, prior to that, and then maybe someone got attacked, or we got attacked trying to save the child, or something. Maybe something happened. Maybe this random guy found Afton's first killing, or like this is like a secret ending, and like we weren't supposed to find it, and then that's how a fire broke out. That's all for now. Thanks for sticking around. See you when the game drops. Bye.